So it's exciting. But Jess, if you are ready, I am too. Let's talk about it, man. The Royal Rumble just ended. I am Christian.
I'm Jesse.
And we are going to just get right into it, Jesse. It literally just ended. It is 1 o'clock where we are at. But you know what? We are up. We are alive. At one point, I thought the Royal Rumble might take up the whole show, but we are here.
Oh yeah, for real.
And it actually started off. I don't know where to start off. I think we should probably just
We
start.
should talk about what happened last.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Well,
We have to.
just you tell me what happened last, man. Go ahead.
Well, obviously we saw Roman Reigns defend his undisputed Universal Championships against Kevin Owens. The big fight feel, obviously, what it's been building over the last few months. Obviously, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso did not come out with Sami Zayn. Apparently, there was a segment backstage where Roman said to Sami Zayn that he only wants him and Paul Heyman to come out tonight, and that's what we saw. Sami Zayn or Sami Uso, whatever you want to call him, came out to the ring with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. They had a pretty good match. It was about, I want to say about 20 minutes or so.
I enjoyed the match, but let's be real. Everybody knows what 55,000 people were in attendance for, and it was for Sami Uso that they were rooting for and chanting for the whole damn time. And just honestly, it was questionable. We're going to talk about the fact that Sami Zayn wasn't in the Rumble. He wasn't in a match.
I mean,
this was his showing. This was his spot.
It was enough.
It definitely was. Now that everything is over, but in the moment I was like, I thought he would have got a Rumble spot. Maybe I'm foolish. I don't know. But this was his spot, and let's get right into it, man. It was a good match with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. They had Olivia spots. All the finishers were hit. A few near falls, too. I mean, Roman is good at the breakout, at the 2.9.
During the match, I'll add, before we obviously talk about the finish of the match, when the ref went down, Roman told Sami to get the chair, and Sami's looking all over the place for a chair. Looked like near the commentary table. Was looking underneath the ring.
Like under the ring isn't full of chairs.
Yeah, and then obviously he finally got one, and then he slid it to Roman Reigns, and it finally got to him. But by the time Roman Reigns turned around, he got hit with the stunner, and then Roman kicked out at 2.99. Didn't help Roman pull him or distract the referee, nothing.
Roman could have in theory lose the title right there.
Yeah.
And that's really where I'm not going to say the first seed, one of the biggest seeds was thrown into this match, which the finish happened. The referee was down.
The Kevin Owens spot where he got hit in the back of the head with the steel chair.
Oh, that's how the end of the match, and that was gruesome. Honestly, Jesse was pointing out that yes, he did have the hands in back of his head when I was watching it.
That second one,
regardless, that's a rough spot to
just
a little bump. Take that impact. They don't practice that. No. That's a bump.
They're not doing that at the Performance Center. That's just on the spot.
So
Roman speared Kevin Owens through the barricade. I called it. I thought Sami Zayn was gonna get in the way, and Roman would have speared him. But
that's one thing that I loved about the match, and especially the ending. Roman wins after the spot with the steel steps, and he might spear him again, and that's the match. And then it goes to they just absolutely go ahead and destroy Kevin Owens after the fact. And the super kick party. Everybody gets all their licks off, and then they end up just handcuffing him to the ropes and just unleash. And then we get the point where Roman Reigns gets the chair, and you guys know what happens. Sami takes the chair from him, or Roman passes it over.
He tells Roman, "You don't need to do this. You defended your title. Let's just go backstage. You don't need to do this." And then Roman was like, "All right, I don't need to do it. You're right." And he hands Sami the chair. And then obviously we see the tease of is Sami actually going to hit Roman? Nah, he's going to hit Kevin Owens. And then Roman got in front of Sami, mocking Kevin Owens this is my family, this is my ring, blah, blah, blah. And then we saw a flashback of when Roman got hit with the chair when he was with the Shield. And literally a year ago, 100%. And a year ago today when Seth Rollins hit Roman and Reigns in the back when they had that one-on-one match last year as well. So two callbacks in that match when Roman sold that chair shot. He sold it just like the Shield. He literally fell into the ropes.
That's patented Roman selling the chair shot at this point.
But that moment right there was probably one of the loudest pops I've heard in wrestling in probably quite some time.
Well, yeah, this is the eruption of everything that they've been building. And that was one thing I give them absolute credit for. During the match and after the match, you think it's gonna go a certain direction, and just when you think you like have it all the way, I feel like they either say no, not yet, or they just kind of throw a little twist in there, and that twist ends up being after the fact when Sami Zayn does what he does and he hits Roman over the back.
And he only hit him once. He threw the chair down and said to Jay, he was like, I'm sorry.
He should have swung it like a helicopter and started going for heads, but he didn't. He puts the chair down, starts apologizing, and Jimmy wasn't having none of that. He gets super kicked. I'm sure Solo chimes in a bunch. Yeah. But Jay doesn't. And Jay
said, I thought you were my brother. He backed away to the, obviously his back was toward the turnbuckle and was just watching Sammy get destroyed, Kevin Owens.
Oh, man.
And so obviously you see Solo, beat up on Sammy, Jimmy, Roman, Paul Heyman just on the ring ropes, just shocked. I was watching him too. It looked like he was like shocked from like the whole, from everything that was going on when Kevin Owens was getting beaten up, Sammy turning. It was very crazy, and like the biggest thing I take away from that is Jay leaving.
Yeah, that's where I don't know where it's gonna go. We have a video coming out. I think it's gonna drop tomorrow where we fantasy book WrestleMania, the WrestleMania 39 Hollywood, and I don't know where are they going to, we thought in the direction of maybe like a tag team match against Sammy and KO, but they have time to get there. Mm-hmm. They have time to tell more of the story, but the fact that
they got 3 weeks until Elimination Chamber.
The fact that there's another story to tell within this is definitely awesome. I don't know what the hell they're going to do at Elimination Chamber.
Is it Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns straight up, or is it...
You're saying for the championship? I don't...
You know what I would love?
I don't think Roman defends in the chamber. Is there...
Why not?
He has 2 titles. I don't know if
what would
he picks one of them, or...
What would you do?
Today's match was only technically for 1 title, right?
No, it's for both.
You said undisputed.
For both titles.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be dope. This is like off the top of my head. Elimination Chamber, 6 members. You got Roman in there. You got Sammy, Kevin Owens. Why not throw in Jay?
I thought about that in general because there's how many? There's
pods. There's 4 pods and there's 2
6
people
total members. So what, we're at 5 if you add KO and Sammy.
Yeah. Well, no, Roman, KO, Sammy, Jay. So we would need 2 more. Maybe you don't throw Cody.
Kevin Owens, Sammy, Jay, Jimmy, Roman, Solo. That's 6.
Yeah, but why would Solo?
I don't know. I'm just making math, man.
Have we ever seen a tag team match in the Elimination Chamber?
We have, but as a 2-man tag teams.
Why not 3v3?
3v3 and then put Jay Wood, KO, and Sammy?
Why not?
I don't know if Jay has incentive to...
True.
For what reason would he turn on Roman when...
on Monday Night Raw in Philly. He held Solo's arm back. I don't know. I don't think they do that, but they can.
Unless Roman pushes Jay out. Because I don't think Jay was participating in the Kevin Owens beating. What is he going to be mad that Sammy... Yeah. You know what I mean? He's mad that Sammy hit Roman. That's why he said the brother comment.
Come Monday or Friday...
The thing is that...
We're going to see Roman say something to Jay. Yo, what's good, Oos?
Yeah.
And you with us or not?
I don't know where that direction is going to take it.
We've seen Roman versus Jay in the past.
So we've been getting we've gotten douchebag Jay for a long series of events.
And now he finally got a heart for Sami Zayn. It looks like Kevin Owens now. Are
we going to see face turn Jay and maybe even like a solo? And where does this leave Roman for Mania? Because we'll talk about the Royal Rumble winner in just a second. But
we got Cody Rhodes, obviously.
Yes.
At least for one main event.
Okay.
It's like, do we do...
Do
they do the night 2 of Sami Zayn versus Roman?
Or do they not? Do they just do just that? Just Roman and Cody? They can do that. That's an option. That's a choice.
Yeah, but
I think Roman should defend twice.
You can't leave Sami Zayn off of Mania 1 and 2.
No, he'll be on Mania.
Who knows what Jay and Jimmy do?
But even that, bro.
Because they got the tag team
when Roman and Sammy were face to face, I was like, this is a match here. This is. Would they pull the trigger? Roman was saying pull the trigger. Would WWE pull the trigger on a Sammy and Roman match and do? Is that what you guys want to see?
After what I saw, yes.
Because we know we're getting
scratch the Rock.
We know we're getting
seriously.
He's not in wrestling shape, Jesse. Come on, man.
Yeah,
you know better.
Crazy. I saw a tweet on Twitter and it was congrats or props to Triple H. that storytelling made me want to not want to watch The Rock versus Roman anymore. I completely agree. I want to see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns night 1 or night 2, and Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns in either night 1
coming
or
out
night
of this
2.
show. That's what I want to see.
I want to see both of those matches.
That's what I want to see.
Roman walks away from Mania without a belt. Sami Zayn WWE champion or Universal champion or something like that. Bro, that would be crazy.
I don't know, man.
Crazy.
I'm curious to where they can take it because I feel like that was more of the direction I was getting from watching this pay-per-view. But they also do have a lot of time till Mania still. They got an Elimination Chamber in between. And we talked about it recently on one of the last episodes, but I always thought the pay-per-view in between Rumble and Mania was a weird one because is Roman gonna go this whole time and then lose the title at Elimination Chamber?
No.
Doesn't make sense. So it's unbelievable.
No, yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be good, but you want to just go into the Rumble, man?
Oh yeah, I wanna bring up one more thing,
okay,
and then we'll move on. I'll pull up the thing.
We're gonna cover pretty much every match. We're not gonna talk about every match super in depth. We're kind of just gonna conversate. This is like when the match ends. This is the type of things I think about.
This was the thing that caught my eye. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com. He tweeted, "Wow, this is one of the best storylines I've ever seen in wrestling. That was perfect. The Shield callback when Roman got hit with the chair. Sami being the one to turn out of everyone. The conflicted Usos, obviously Jay leaving. No hesitation from Solo. Heyman even being shocked. Just one of the best things I've ever seen in wrestling." I think that tweet sums up everything that happened. I'm just very intrigued what happens, obviously, with Jay, who, goes against Roman Reigns besides Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Because Sami Zayn could be an option. It's
just a wonderful thing to see a great story being told. And we were discussing this as we were watching the show. This is probably the best storyline, at least in WWE.
In years.
In a very, very long time. Jesse said Becky Lynch the man run, and I probably would agree if you don't think that this one is better, but I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment.
This one's better.
I just don't want to be a prisoner of the moment in saying that, but even if I'm to say what before that, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't. This has been a great long-term storytelling, and they're still calling back moments that happened 2-3 months ago, and that still plays a part into realistically, which is going to lead into Rumble for them. To Mania for them. Yeah. So, absolutely impressive job from everybody. Job well done. I really did.
I didn't think Jay was going to leave. I didn't think Sami would actually hit him yet. I thought Roman would have hit Sami, if anything, because, Sami Zayn refused to hit Kevin Owens, he didn't. That's how I thought they were going to
the fact he actually got a shot off.
Yeah, the fact that he actually hit Roman, Jay leaves, and then they just beat up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then Bloodline, besides Jay and obviously Sami Zayn, just dip. Crazy. I did not think that was going to happen. I'm very intrigued for the next 3 weeks until Chamber.
Well,
for sure.
We'll find out, Jesse. Guys, let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to see at Mania. Is it Sami? Do you think Roman should defend another title? I think he should. I think he should be active both nights. And from the looks of current state of WWE, I would probably say Cody and Sami. But that might be a pipe dream. But just let's talk about the Royal Rumble, where we already mentioned Cody Rhodes won. We can touch on a few notes and what have you. It was a really, really good Rumble. I enjoyed it.
It told a way better story than it did.
I'm going to say my gripe and get it out of the way now. My gripe is the fact that we all knew Cody Rhodes was going to participate in the Rumble. And then the fact that he's the number 30th entrant, we're just waiting for Cody Rhodes to come out. And granted, yes, he had an entrance that blew fog and smoke, but I'm glad he got that.
His return was going to get a pop regardless. It would have been 10 times more special if they didn't announce it.
They could have. I've said it. They could have easily say, "Hey, Cody Rhodes had a setback in his rehab. Cody Rhodes is going to be trying to make it for Mania, but Royal Rumble is out of the question." Boom. Can we keep kayfabe kinda alive in the least bit? I know Twitter is a place that people go to share feelings, but we can keep some things away from the internet. We could have easily, if anything, given the internet the wrong intel to create a nice, fun surprise. Because if that would have happened, number 30 would have hit, and we would have been like, is this The Rock? Is this Sami Zayn?
John Cena?
Is this Solo?
Someone.
Is this Cena? Like, who is it? Is it Randy? No, it's Cody Rhodes. Oh shit, they said he wasn't going to be here. I would have preferred that. Great. But with that being said, it is what it is. They announced what they announced for what it was worth. Even though that, I feel like I knew the winner from the gate. Like, as soon as I didn't, Gunther, my apologies. I found out today his name is Gunther and not Gunther.
MVP of the match, one of the best performers of the entire pay-per-view.
I'm so happy for him. I am so happy for him.
And he's the Intercontinental
Champion. He performed, and for a brief moment, I thought, is he actually going to win? And credit to them for making me think that. Once it was them too, I kind of had it in my head that in general, once Cody Rhodes was in there with Logan Paul,
he broke Rey Mysterio's record as well.
The longest.
Yeah, for obviously a traditional 30-man Royal Rumble match. We'll talk about some spots in the match. Gunther and Brock Lesnar had that stare down. I loved that. Hopefully that's a future match in the future. I think they do Gunther versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, which we also booked as well.
We're spoiling the next
WrestleMania video that's coming up very soon. But yeah, Drew McIntyre versus Gunther at WrestleMania. I'd love to see it.
This Mania has so much potential for DKRL Mafia. Shout out to you.
Gunther just performed his ass off. He really did. Lasted from number 1 all the way till number 30 where he got eliminated. Was in the Rumble for over 70 minutes. I could keep going on and on and on. Judgment Day, they looked strong. Judgment
Day looked great. We got to mention the fact that Rey Mysterio, I believe, was 17. Entrance music goes off. Titantron goes off. Nothing.
Curious to see where that goes.
Dominic Mysterio's number 18. Conveniently, that's what they rolled. I wish they brought back the skits where they were picking the balls. Just made things a little better. Because Cody Rhodes randomly drew number 30. Must be nice.
Comes back.
Wish I had that type of luck in life. But Dominic Mysterio comes out. You insinuate, especially because he comes out with the mask. Dominic, let me tell you, I am thoroughly impressed with your development and your character and your heel work. Because I don't like you. Job well done, but I don't like you, but in the sense of you are still entertaining me. I love the jailbird attitude. He was walking down to the ring with some swagger. Rey Mysterio's mask.
He couldn't rip that for
nobody could rip it. That's why he stayed on his head for 35 years.
That's a fact. I mean, Eddie ripped it though.
He ripped a hole in it, but he was getting there. He was getting there, but that was a long walk to try to focus on two things at once.
What other spots? Booker T coming back was cool. I wasn't expecting that, truthfully. Edge, I expected that. Logan Paul had won the spot of the night with Ricochet. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. Yes. But Logan Paul coming back off of a supposedly torn ACL, MCL, LCL. Like, his whole knee was just jacked up from that match against Roman Reigns. And he just wrestled him, like, before Thanksgiving.
I don't think it was as bad.
100%. It couldn't be, bro. If you tear your ACL, your LCL, you're out for at least 6 months.
He was probably gassing it. And honestly, shout out to him, because what he did, maybe Cody Rhodes should have done.
That's a fact.
It would have actually been a surprise.
But the spot with Logan Paul and Ricochet.
Logan Paul and Ricochet, they're both top rope. I don't even know, maybe both going for a forearm. They kind of just bump right into each other.
Absolutely beautiful.
15, maybe I might be guessing it with the height, but
absolutely
felt like it was 15 feet high.
Another thing I liked was Braun and Ricochet. The young chemistry between them being a tag team now.
I didn't know that they were becoming a tag team, and I like that combination, and I've been wanting to see a combination like that for a very, very long time, so I'm happy about that.
Logan Paul eliminating Seth Rollins.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
Will we see Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul?
I'm not going to lie to you. They usually give Seth Rollins the shit end of the stick. I feel like a lot of the times.
They gave him Cody last year.
And maybe Logan Paul is still kind of the shit end of the stick, because, I mean, he could be doing,
I don't think he is anymore.
I don't think so either, because I think he can have a hell of a match with him, and
I mean, look at
I would be entertained.
I would love that. I think that's a solid WrestleMania match, 20-25 minute match where there's no title on the line. You know, he eliminated me at Rumble, cost me a championship opportunity against Roman, where obviously Seth and Roman have that chemistry. It puts Logan Paul in Hollywood, where he's from. Seth Rollins is on the card. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul. boom, 20, 25-minute match. Seth wins.
Yeah.
That's simple.
You could book it.
Maybe
even
get Jake Paul in there.
Maybe we adjust our WrestleMania video, but please don't, because it took 4 hours to edit.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Maybe even longer.
But Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, I'm a fan of that.
I like it.
I don't want to see Seth Rollins. I want to see Logan Paul versus John Cena. If I could get to see Seth Rollins on the card against Logan Paul, that's fine. Wouldn't mind it.
Trying to think of any other spots. Honestly, it's the Rumble, so a bunch of different stories where we're being told the whole way through. Bobby Lashley and Brock, it looks like they're probably fighting at either Elimination Chamber or Mania.
Yeah, it'll probably happen in Mania. It's a big match.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
It's a big match. Obviously, Gunther and Cody Rhodes were the last 2 members in the Rumble.
They teased a bit of Gunther and Drew.
They were, yeah, they did that as well. We talked about that. But Gunther and Cody Rhodes, they were going at it for a little bit.
They were squabbling. I love when it turns into a match.
I love
because that's what it comes down to.
Who could survive?
And that's what it came down to. How exactly did Gunther get eliminated? You remember?
He got hit with a crossroads. And then he was
clotheslined off. He was clotheslined off.
Clotheslined right over.
The women's, we'll honestly get right into the women's. Cody Rhodes won. I'm happy for Cody. It looks like it's just predictable. It was just too predictable.
A year ago, he was in AEW in his company.
It's cool too because like I remember when he left WWE, he had the little like checklist, and like. I don't think coming back, winning a Rumble, headlining WrestleMania was on that checklist.
Definitely not.
But the fact that he was able to not only complete his checklist, but like say, all right, well, you know what? I'm here anyways. Let me do this, and you know what? All the shit I couldn't think about, I'm able to do now.
Yeah.
So
him at WrestleMania main eventing is
officially superstar. He's good. Is he him? Because he's headlining WrestleMania now.
You gotta win now. You don't win. You fumbled at the end zone.
He has to win.
You gotta win to become a superstar.
It's crazy because Roman Reigns has been built for all this time, and I feel like the biggest part about building somebody to this size
is believing in them to become the next guy.
Yes, like who is the person that's gonna take this guy down, and to think everything has happened and it's going to be Cody Rhodes. Is that believable yet?
It's a lot of pressure for Cody.
But he beat Rollins with a torn pec. That's like enough of a respect to do that. You win the Rumble. He has to be the one to do it, right?
And he just came back to the WWE the last WrestleMania.
But that's also the fun part.
That's what tells the good story. He went against Seth Rollins, beat him 3 times, torn pec, out 7-8 months, wins the Royal Rumble, and then goes against Roman Reigns, the literally face of the entire company, and beats him at WrestleMania. That's a story.
Yeah.
I think that's what they do. I think they fully just do that. You can't hold back. You can't have Roman Reigns beat Cody. One, that'll make people, I feel like, hate Roman. Like, they do now, obviously, but like, I think fans will actually be like, yo, like, when's it going to be over? Yeah.
Now you're just
that's what I mean, yeah.
But that's the interesting thing is because, like, who can be that guy? It could be Cody, but also could it be Sammy? Could it be Sammy? That Sammy feeling would be amazing. And honestly, if Roman was to lose both titles at Mania, does it really hurt him? He'll be just fine.
He hasn't lost since 2019.
He'll be just fine. You're doing double duty. Like, you can, vouch for something. I don't know. They can have some background noise happen.
But yeah, the men's Royal Rumble match was better than last year, for sure.
No big returns. I mean, besides
Logan
Cody.
Paul, Booker T,
but like no
Cody,
big like
Edge. Well, no CM
Stone
Punk
Cold,
or Cena.
no legends besides Booker T.
No Bad Bunny. So.
No Bad Bunny.
No AJ actually either. I mean, he just broke his ankle. That's right. No Randy. No CM Punk.
Yeah, let's get right into the Women's Rumble, and we'll talk about which one we thought is better. We're really not going to spend much time.
I'll say it right now. I saw a lot of people were saying the Women's Rumble was better than the men's. I completely disagree.
I disagree, but I agree that the women's finish was better.
Yes. Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
I'm
going to be real with Jesse. If you want to mention spots in the Women's Rumble, you'll have to take it away. The Lakers were in the middle of an OT Celtics game, and it was putting me through disarray. That was happening. It was bad. Besides that, I was tuned into the Rumble, And Rhea Ripley, I was surprised that they had her come out at number 1 and do pretty much exactly what Gunther did, but win. It was just interesting that they had 2 number 1 entrants go that long on the show. And I feel like this isn't the first time. I guess it is the first time because they've only done the women and men so many times. But Rhea Ripley, not only did she look great, she ends up winning, and boy, that finish was absolutely awesome because they're all on the ringside. It's who? It's Asuka, Liv, and Rhea. They're all outside of the ring on the apron, and at this point, Asuka looks great. Asuka returned. She looks cool. She looks dope.
Yeah, she went by Kana in New Japan, where she had the white face paint, and I think instead of the blue, it was black. I kind of like how she looks now. Her heel run now is going to be very. I think it's going to be Roman Reigns-esque.
We know Triple H loves him.
Paint is
loves him some Asuka. I don't know who's ready for Asuka just yet, Jesse, but Rhea was tonight because she did a little 619 and eliminated her.
Yeah, she ducked first. Asuka missed it.
And then she
Liv
went through the ropes and tripped her.
Yeah, and then Asuka got eliminated. And then you're like, what happens now? Does Rhea, get eliminated by Liv?
She was staring at Liv for a minute, and I'm like, bro, she can't see. Can you just eliminate her?
Yeah. Or
put my anxiety down?
Even said, does Asuka screw Rhea and does Liv win? Mm-hmm. We all thought of those scenarios where if Asuka, throws Rhea off for eliminating her, Liv Morgan wins, which would have been a crazy pop.
It would have been crazy, but that would have been a very cheap way to end it. You don't do that for a final elimination.
Yeah, that's a fact. And then obviously we saw Liv and Rhea, go over the top rope, and Rhea, locked onto Liv Morgan and threw her over. It was a clever finish. Definitely the finish of the Women's Royal Rumble was a lot better than the men's. Another thing I'll note, Damage Control. They looked great.
They looked good.
We saw some surprises. Dana Brooke. Glad she...
what did she surprise you
got
about?
eliminated. How she's even in the company. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Dana Brooke.
Oh my God, Nia Jax was the 30th entrant.
Oh.
Why?
Oh.
Why? That's the surprise?
They really couldn't get Naomi. They couldn't get Beth.
I thought Naomi was coming. Beth was literally in attendance. I would have rather her.
Yeah, they had the spot with Beth spearing Rhea. Maybe they do that Elimination Chamber though. Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley. Give her one more match before Mania, where Rhea beats Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. That's how I would book it. I wouldn't mind that. But no Naomi. Michelle McCool, she looked good in the match. Roxanne Perez, Zoe Starks, Indy Hartwell, some NXT talent.
There was a lot of NXT names for sure. Again, no big legends or surprises.
Yeah, no Trish, no Lita.
Did they have not Mickie James, right?
No, she was there last year.
I feel like who's going off? I'm gonna fumble. I wouldn't even waste time on that.
Natalya.
It was Natalya. Oh no.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of her either. I don't know. Damage Control looked great though.
The Women's Rumble was good. They told a few stories.
Asuka, her reveal was big.
Asuka's return. Rhea's just dopeness.
Yeah,
I like the fact that she had whatever it was with Nia Jax, and she was the one who just told the girls, get this girl out of here. And she didn't even participate in throwing her over. She just let them go.
That's a fact. We
saw
Becky. We saw Becky. Get a big pop.
What was the spot for her? Damage Control? It was her going out with Bayley. They all got eliminated in a row. I went to use the bathroom during that, and then everybody got eliminated. I was gone for 25 seconds. Yeah. And then the Lakers lost 25 seconds after. It was just a rough blow for me.
Chelsea Green made a record, fastest elimination in women's Royal Rumble
Welcome
history.
back to the company.
Hopefully Zack Ryder's on his way back too. I would love to see that. Surprised he didn't come back at the Rumble. That's another thing for the men's Rumble. But literally within a minute, Chelsea Green...
No solo in the Rumble either.
Yeah, Chelsea Green got eliminated. Becky Lynch eliminated Dakota and Io, and then Bayley eliminated her, and then Liv Morgan eliminated Bayley. That was a crazy spot in the Women's Royal Rumble match. But yeah, no Sami Zayn in the Men's Royal Rumble match, no Solo. But yeah, I'm glad Rhea Ripley won, and she's going against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, and I pray...
Rhea's Raw, so that's automatic, right?
Yeah, I pray Rhea beats Bianca Belair at WrestleMania and becomes the new champion. Because she deserves it. She's been putting in a lot of work, and Bianca Belair has had that championship since last WrestleMania, so she'll literally have it a year going into WrestleMania Hollywood.
Yeah.
But yeah, we covered the 2 Rumble matches. Obviously, we covered Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Let's talk about the difficult and kind of the most boring part of WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and that was the Mountain Dew dark punch or black punch match.
It was the blackout. It was blackout, right? Pitch black. Pitch black.
Apparently, I was watching the press conference. Cody Rhodes said it was amazing, so I have to try it now at a gas station, Wawa, Penmart, or something. But yeah, man.
JT, shout out to you.
Bray Wyatt. I liked the story.
All right. First of all,
he looked dope in the neon green Nickelodeon slime, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I waited 4 months for that.
First off, man,
and I'm a fan of Bray.
The Mountain Dew advertising, I don't know about for you guys. I just threw me in for a loop. It's hard.
WWE has to get a bag for that, though.
I hope, because the fact that Bray Wyatt took all this time, the cryptic messages, the
Uncle Howdy,
the everything
the
to say, I want you in a Mountain Dew pitch black match is absolutely crazy to me. And then it's hard to be, such intimidating, scary figure. And he looked dope. And he looked intimidating with Mountain Dew in the back. And I'm just like, this Mountain... And my man's tights were neon green. I don't know what
the
type
ropes
of
were neon
I don't know
green.
what type of confetti they had.
It looked like popcorn at first.
It looked cool in the moment, and then it just it was all on his arm, and it looked like thumbtacks, but it was probably just like paper.
Yeah, it was shredded paper and just neon green.
Bro, I don't.
LA Knight got hit with one Sister Abigail, and that was it.
It's just like...
The match was maybe 10 minutes.
The match itself was super underwhelming. Bray Wyatt's entrance took longer. And you know what?
That ramp was...
I don't know.
long.
In my head, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm cool with that because it's Bray Wyatt and that's what he does. But at the same time, when is it like... I'm not overly pleased with the match in the ring. And sure, you have a very cool entrance. And sure, you look cool for the moment in the ring.
Yeah.
And... Sure, even after the match, there's a cool spot that might make up for any disgruntlements you might have with the actual match. And
we still don't know who Uncle Howdy is.
It's Bo Dallas. He did an elbow. I remember Bo Dallas doing elbows. I would say that would make a lot of sense. He did miss him, but the camera angle caught it good. Fire sparked, and it's just like...
I like the way he looked. The story was better than the match.
I don't know. I don't know if it's connecting with me anymore. And I was telling Jesse, I was like, I think a good comparison to me for Bray Wyatt, and it's a shame because I really do. I'm not. This is not me hating, and I really want it to succeed regardless. And I want him to have Uncle Howdy, Alexa Bliss. We'll talk a little bit about that match too. But it's reminding me a little bit of Kane, and Kane had a few good runs. And then he had a few runs where you're just like, he's Kane, and I'm not on board with it anymore, and I don't really want, it's just boring. And I feel like
because you said this. What does Bray have at Mania?
What does he do at Mania? Is it going to be an LA Knight rematch?
Nah. I mean, it would kind of make sense, but they just feuded for 3-4 months.
How long is it going to take for him to build up to a Mania match?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, what does he do from... beginning of February until April.
He needs 6 months and 60 more business days. I don't know, man.
I really don't know what could be for Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Maybe something with Alexa Bliss. I'm not really sure.
LA Knight was jobbed. Guys, keep throwing some comments in. I'm gonna read some comments in a second. Let's talk about this last match, Jesse. That pitch black match. Honestly, it was
mid.
Below
mid.
I wish you could have took some minutes out of that and maybe put some more minutes in the Bianca match. I
agree. But the pay-per-view ran long anyway.
Or just take minutes out of the pay-per-view because we were watching it.
Take minutes out of that Hardy performance.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the hell that was. That was hard to hear.
I'm not a fan of country music or whatever.
That was country music?
I guess so.
I'm not.
My ears were bleeding. That's
dramatic. I saw you. You were right on my couch. Your ears were fine.
My ears were bleeding.
Dramatic.
That should have been cut. But yeah, let's talk about the last match. Bianca Belair defending her Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. The match was better than Bray Wyatt and LA Knight for sure. But Alexa Bliss didn't really have any threat toward Bianca Belair, truthfully. Bianca obviously always performing. She's athletic, strong, and really just had no type of match for Bianca Belair. She made it more competitive than LA Knight did with Bray Wyatt, for sure. But the biggest takeaway I see from this is, Bianca gets away from Alexa Bliss. Bianca is obviously going to go against Rhea Ripley now, so that's her main focus. But after the match, when Alexa Bliss lost, we see obviously Uncle Howdy, the flashbacks to when Alexa Bliss turned on The Fiend Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 37 when he went against Randy Orton, and when obviously Bray Wyatt lost to him. We saw the Uncle Howdy. We saw, obviously they're building toward Alexa Bliss going back to Bray Wyatt, which is great. That's really all I can take away from that match. Bianca won and she's going against Rhea.
I just hope at Mania we see actual, everything built and it actually can come. I don't know, maybe I'm being impatient.
I'm going to be honest, do we see Uncle Howdy versus Bray Wyatt?
Why would we see that?
What else is for him?
I don't think that.
I don't know. What's for Bliss at Mania? Comes out with Bray Wyatt?
I think it's probably just that. They just introduce themselves.
I mean, that's fine.
I don't know.
But, that's the only thing I take away from...
I don't have anything for Bray.
With the Bliss match is really, obviously, her joining Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy and continuing that storyline, obviously, when Vince McMahon was there, when he had Bliss with The Fiend. I can't wait for Bliss to go back with Bray Wyatt because I did love that pairing. Other than that, don't know what is next for her at Mania, but I do know Rhea Ripley is next for Bianca. Yeah. This show, before the main event, I will say, was kind of mid. That being average. It was better than last year's Rumble, because I was not a fan of Royal Rumble last year. It was a big letdown. The Rumble matches delivered. I was a very big fan of what I saw in the end of the match after Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. I think that what made the pay-per-view good, acceptable, decent, and I'm just very excited for Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania the rest of the season.
Yeah, and
the rest of the year for Triple H is crazy.
Is it only Elimination Chamber and then Mania? Mm-hmm. Is that the slate?
Yep.
I like that. I'm glad there's not two shows. I'm glad we can hopefully get right to it. Elimination Chamber is going to be interesting. I don't know what they're putting in the chamber itself. And it's in 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm. February 18th in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The home of Sami Zayn.
Oh, I didn't even put that piece together.
Yep. It's going to be a crazy one. I can't wait for Elimination Chamber. I can't wait for WrestleMania.
I don't know where they can take this.
Some things I am disappointed about. I'm obviously disappointed The Rock didn't show up, but I mean, he's filming another movie.
I'm pretty much what you said. I'm 3 for 5 on the matches. Women's Rumble, Men's Rumble, main event. The two matches, the Pitch Black and Bianca and Bliss, they didn't really do much for me. They didn't move any needles. But when you watch the Rumble, you're watching it for the Rumble. So I pretty much do take a lot of just that alone. And for those two Rumbles, I think they both were very, very successful. The men's more than the women's, but I do enjoy the women's finish just a bit more. And shout out to Rhea Ripley, shout out to Gunther. And I just wish that they didn't spoil the Cody return.
Yeah.
That was my big problem with honestly the whole pay-per-view. The main event, they did push that to the main event, and I did question it in the very beginning, but I also thought, okay, well, this has to
From what happened, it made sense.
This has to be something big enough to warrant that, and it was clear as day that it was. Where do they go from here? That is a question that I guess we'll find out very soon.
We gotta wait till Raw and SmackDown.
But they do have an avenue of options to take, and it's going to be interesting which ones they do take, Jess. I think that's all my thoughts about Royal Rumble, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Cody Rhodes versus Roman.
Guys, while we have you live especially, we can talk about them. Drop some, Mania matches you think might happen or you would like to see, and then me and Jess can cover it for a little bit. And then I got work in about 5 hours, so, I got to sleep sometime.
Yeah, my final thoughts were what happened after Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens made the show good to me. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns excited. Rhea Ripley, Bianca excited. And what happens now with Jay leaving? What happens, with Jimmy and Solo? They're probably uptight security with Roman Reigns now, especially with Paul Heyman. What happens with those tag team championships with Jay and Jimmy? What happens with Sami Zayn? Does he go against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? Does he go against him at Chamber? What happens with Kevin Owens for WrestleMania?
What Triple H did is
he made Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens stars.
He makes you want to tune in to Monday Night Raw. I'll tell you that much, Jess. And whether I do or don't, we'll see.
I'll be watching.
But I'll be getting my updates per the usual. So. Man, I'm very, very excited to see where they take this story.
That's my final thoughts.
We'll find out, Jesse. We'll find out.
We get into some questions, then you can get some.
Yeah. We only it's 2 a.m. So shout out to the 9 people that are rocking with us at 2 a.m. You guys are warriors. So let's cover some quick questions and get out of here. If we have anything, if you guys do have questions, feel free to drop them. But a few suggestions: Bray versus Braun at Mania. DKRL Mafia thought that the blackout was awesome. Listen,
I'm glad you enjoyed it more than I did.
To each their own. Honestly, I think the Mountain Dew thing took me a lot out of the match, and then the match itself. You guys are saying it like LA Knight was supposed to get jobbed. I get that. I
felt like I was watching Naomi's entrance during the match
for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And you don't see any Naomi otherwise. Bliss versus Bray at Mania. Well, didn't we see that? But you guys weren't moving. I hope you guys at least heard us. Well, I guess that's how we end the night, Jesse.
Yeah.
You ready?
Is there anything else?
That is pretty much everything we got. You guys get 2 more minutes if you guys got anything else to say, and then we can chat about it then. But yeah, we gotta start getting out of here. I appreciate you guys, like I said, for rocking with us at nevertheless almost 2 a.m. at least where I am at, wherever you guys are at. Maybe it's a little earlier for anybody in like West Coast. But Jess, I think we are good to start getting out of here. Like I could hear you but not see you guys moving around. All right, so at least you heard us. I'll at least live with that. My apologies, guys. I don't know how I'm going to cut this in the actual stream. But thank you guys for rocking with us as always. So, Jess, this is all my comments for today. I hope you got everything you had to say off. Yeah. But we will be back shortly. We do have a WrestleMania video coming out where we fantasy book WrestleMania 39 Hollywood. So I hope you guys do enjoy that.
Yeah, obviously the rest of our videos, obviously this will be posted immediately with our reactions. After that, we're just going to be finishing up Universe Mode, obviously to our Royal Rumble. And right after that, our WrestleMania. And by the time you know it, guys, it's going to be 2 months from now, and we're going to be playing 2K23.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching us for the first time, that is what we do. It's part of what we do. We play WWE 2K, and we do Universe Mode. And if you ask anybody in this live chat, it is the only Universe Mode that matters. So, guys, thank you for watching. As always, we will continue to have some more videos dropping. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't say join the Discord in this one, Jesse, so go ahead. Okay,
ring the bells, guys. Get our new updated videos, and we will see you on.
Next time. We're not in Universe Mode, Jesse.
I'm too locked into Universe Mode.
You're too locked in.
We're not even playing it.
We'll see you next time. Everybody have a good night, good afternoon, good day, wherever you're at. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Peace.
Now I gotta hurry up and get off the camera. It's always the awkwardness of me